Good afternoon and welcome to our Dharma discussion. This is 4 o'clock Arizona time, and we have people in the temple, people online via Zoom, and people online. So welcome to everyone. This is an opportunity to ask your questions. And the format is that we'll ask questions from each of the groups, both in-house here and also online via Zoom. So in the future, if you are online on YouTube and you want to come in and ask questions, then just go to our website, click and register, and we'll send you the Zoom link. Without further ado, I think Khenpo will start us off with a prayer.
This yellow book, page number 4, and this recitation helps you to remember 3 jewels because you received a refugee vow, so at that time your commitment that you will remember 3 jewels frequently. So until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Okay.
For those of you who are on Zoom, please push the icon for raising hand, and then I'll know you have a question. We'll start here at GBI with a question. It's not on.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Khenpo. Thank you so much for your today's teaching. And I have 2 questions. So first question is about mantra recitation. And in particular, when we recite mantras that are not tied to a Yidam deity, but just mantras like we recited today. For example, this one, Tadyata Pansandriya Ava Bodhanaya Soha, or the mantras that we recite, increasing mantras during non-draw practice. How should we visualize this mantra? Because I heard some people say you can visualize them like coming out of your mouth, sort of like the letters with bright light. Or how would you suggest, how should we do this? This is the first question. And second question is with regards to shamatha meditation that we were doing before with when we were slowly breathing in and breathing out. So we were altering our breath. So we were deliberately breathing in long and breathing out long. But I also know that there is another type of this meditation where we do not alter our breath and we breathe naturally. For example, if I normally breathe short, sort of like this.
Yes.
So we just keep it at that, and the same way we focus on the breath, but we do not alter it. We do not make deliberately long and inhales and long exhales.
Exactly.
So yeah, this is my second question. Thank you.
Thank you. So first I answer to your second question. You are right. Actually, there are many methods about following our attention with the breath. So when I lead this meditation class, at that moment I imaged that, or I think probably there are some beginner meditators, very new meditators, and long-time meditators. So that's where I try to provide this method to all of these Sangha parameditators. So that's where the first I say that breathe in, breathe out with my hand. It helps me a lot myself, actually. So then at that time, new meditators, they found the object, the key point. So where should they focus? That's one thing. Another thing is when I say at that moment, this long-term meditators is for the sake of long-term meditators. So then they don't want to particularly focus this in and out the breath, long breath, just rest at ease in the natural state of mind, for example. And then my clear answer is there is a one method is you only focus your belly, your stomach, and you feel that stomach in and out while you breathe in and out. That is the first time. It's quite difficult to feel it, but if you clearly focus there, but not tightly, but clearly focus there, and then you start to feel it. Another is only focus the nostrils, as you mentioned, very naturally breathe in and out. That's one acknowledge that. But then another method is then as we did that long breathe out and a long breathe in, something like that. So there are different methods, but as I mentioned that this method is really very important, very important. So I believe that if we 7 days practice very well, definitely it it bring us in the arahat stage. So in the Buddha Dharma, it mentions bodhisattvas, arahatis, and then enlightenment. So that's why if we do 7 days well, it changes our life. It changes our life. So that's the and then that is also special medicine, as I mentioned. And then about the mantra, you are right. This Taya Tapansandra Avambodana Soha, that means that depends your wish. If you wished that during this recitation of Amitabha prayer, short prayer, at that time you thought you are rest on the natural state of mind, and then Tayata Panzada Avambodana Soha, at that moment you can think, may all beings, how to say, at that moment you don't, you don't want to particularly think, but you continually maintain on there. That means you are resting on natural state of mind. So this is dedication is we call that dedication with non-duality. And then if you are how to say during this recitation you generate bodhicitta. For example, you think, may all mother thinking beings reborn or rebirth in the Amitabha's Pure Land. At that time, then you continually maintain to say this Taya Tapenzana Avambodana Sofa. This the meaning of this mantra is may I accomplish my wish. So that's where it depends on your wish. If you visualize Amitabha Buddha during this recitation, and then that means you say, may all beings attain Amitabha, become enlightenment, or become the Amitabha. So something like that. So the meaning, Lord Jigten Songgu mentioned a few methods about this meditation, dedication part. And then you are right. Some mantra are we are going to recite with the visualization, but some mantra we don't want to recite with the visualization. So mantra is sometimes mantra leads only kind of a meditation mind, not to visualize different yadams or something like that. So then in this moment, actually mantra has 4 more methods. For example, first you place mantra, second you garland mantra, third you quickly garland mantra, and fourth then radiate lights from this mantra. And we can say a fifth almost. Fifth is then you can hear the sounds from this mantra. So for example, you recite the Tara mantra, Om Tari Tutar Tri Soha, then you make garland this mantra, and then after that you can hear the sounds, hear a sound. It does not mention Om Tari Tutar Tri Soha, but that's what we call natural sound of emptiness. So nada means natural sound of emptiness. Mantra has different different methods to garland. That's right now I answered to you. And then another is a mantra from one's nostrils to other beings' nostrils. For example, Yadam's nostrils. From then this cycle, the garland through this way, like this way, mantra garland, and another mantra is this way garland. They are different. It depends with some yidams. It's not so much. It depends with the yidams too. But sometimes it depends with one's kind of inner winds. So and in the inner bliss. So there are kind of these methods. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, too long answer. Thank you. But it's good answer. Everybody know. Okay.
I have a question from online. How can we practice responding with love and compassion with loud, angry, and hurtful family members? How can I respond as the Buddhas would in these triggering situations?
Yes. If I be honest, to be honest, as an ordinary being, it's really, I say, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. There is one angry person. There is another angry person. Between they both, if angry to me, it's really difficult. But we are Dharma practitioners, so that's where these are the good circumstances. That my main answer is that you should perceive, oh, this is some good circumstances. Because in ancient times, meditators meditate in the mountainside, and then sometimes they particularly come to the city or town, and then they meet different people, and some are very kind of the angry people, or some using harsh words. So then they test them by themselves. Did they practice successfully or not? So that's where right now you don't want to search a particular kind of circumstance. So your family is a good circumstance. So you can practice tolerance, be patient, and then you become very special patient. We have lots in our friends. Someone is a kind of very kind of a sensitive or short temper, and the first we joke 1 word or 2 words, they suddenly angry, And then we often say that, and eventually they become very good patients. So they practice forbearance very well. So that's this number. So this is, you should think that. Another method is another reason is, I say that is good circumstance for practicing for you, because first uh, they bring up your kind of emotions. As right now we discuss about shamatha, it's very similar. In shamatha meditation also has like that. First you focus with your breath, you cannot focus there well, and it naturally comes kind of other emotions. That means you start to eliminate the root or imprint of these emotions. So that's why you should feel that they are good circumstance. You don't try to them kind of change their mind in the most time. You try to change your mind. So you don't want to change your circumstance if you can change your mind. So uh, the only one thing is you think, oh, you are good circumstances. And then in the 37 Bodhisattvas way of life, it also mentioned all the obstacles and maras are like wish fulfilling jewels, because through this way we can achieve a great kind of goals or great results. Okay.
Thank you. Do we have any question from GBI? Okay, that's a no. I have another question. Please define bodhicitta, and why is it the main tool for self-grasping? Or I assume they meant for eliminating self-grasping.
So, okay, start from here. Actually, you should know that bodhicitta is not direct antidote of grasping. That in the teachings said that the direct antidote means it cannot eliminate the root of the emotion. But then it mentioned wisdom can remove or purify the root of the self-grasping. But then that's I just share with you about for knowledge to understanding generally what we say. The reason is your question come through this way, and then but bodhicitta eliminate grasping, self-grasping. The proof or the good fresh example is you try test by yourself. Sometimes you feel that, oh, I'm very important, or this thing's very important to me. So at that moment, then you give rise bodhicitta. May all mother thinking beings be happy for 3 seconds or 5 seconds or 10 seconds until you finish this kind of perception. May all mother thinking beings be happy. And right after, then you examine yourself. At that moment, do you have grasping or not? Definitely you don't have grasping. At that moment, the grasping, at least I can say you forget I or me or something like that. So, but after a little while, it comes back. For that reasons, I said bodhicitta does not purify the root of grasping, imprint of grasping. So in that moment, I'm talking about the relative bodhicitta. But then ultimate bodhicitta is like wisdom. Wisdom and ultimate bodhicitta are synonym. So that's where if you find the natural state of mind, that means you radiate luminousity from your mind. And then grasping is like darkness. So in the darkness, if we turn a light, turn on a light, then this darkness disappears. Likewise, then whenever you radiate luminosity from your mind, and then egoistic mind or other emotions naturally disappear. So that's why we say mindfulness is important, very important. You don't want to forget to apply mindfulness. You don't, apply this kind of radiate the luminosity from your mind. So the definition of the bodhicitta is in Dharma words, jang chup. So jang means it purifies grasping, purifies afflictive emotions or negative thinkings. And chup means then qualities. It gives rise the good qualities. So what are the good qualities? The good qualities are like it gives you peaceful harmony, and then it gives you good health, happy mind. This is the number one. Number two, and then your mind becomes very clear, pure. So if you visualize yadams, very easily you can visualize them. Very easily you can visualize yadams. And then very easily receive siddhis from yadams, your gurus. And then number third, then chop means that jang chop. The chop means then you can attain Buddhahood completely. So that is how I can explain about bodhicitta. Okay.
Thank you. We have a question from the Zoom group in the chat. It's from Eleanor. The prayer for Achi states, from the original emptiness arises a white syllable Hri. Does this mean there are more kinds of emptiness than an original emptiness? There's two parts to this question. Let's start there.
Okay. Thank you. So the she, okay, first I explain a little bit about Apchi, okay? Apchi is special Dakini. Special Dakini, why? Because we have food, before eat food, we have a recitation about Apchi. That means Apchi protects thousands of Buddhas' teachings. That means Apchi protects all the Buddhas' teachings and the practitioners. So then what we can understand is, Apchi is the activities of all the Dakinis. All the Dakinis. And then why do we have a she? Exactly as you ask. She is the words or sounds. She is the sounds of emptiness. But the sound, this is activity. She is activity. It is emptiness of sound of emptiness, and it is activities. So that's why we say Apchi's mantra has a she, and Apchi's mirror center of Apchi's mirror has a she. So she is activity of Buddhas, activities of Buddhas. So Apchi protects Apchi protects all the Buddhas. For that reasons, we can say Apchi is activities of all the darkness.
And the additional part of the question is, and what is the difference, if any, between emptiness and empty, or being empty, I guess? Seems like emptiness is a condition of being empty.
Emptiness and empty, they usually empty is, I think, in the mundane way, we can say empty. Or if there is nobody and the temple is empty, that means in the temple has nobody. Or in my cup there's no water, I can say this is empty. So that is not emptiness. That is not emptiness. If we follow that, if we perceive that is true or original emptiness, then we are, how to say, tendency, or we follow nihilisms. So then we will start to say there is no karma cause and effect, because there is no I. Many people criticize Buddha Dharma. Oh, you are nihilisms because you say there's no I. So then that is nihilism. But Buddha does not mention that just avoiding or just empty. So that Buddha mentioned emptiness. So what is the emptiness? Emptiness is beyond the yes or no. When we discuss beyond the yes or no, then it's confused, it's unclear. But we meditate, it's then very clear. At that time, we get a very clear answer by ourselves. So even we can, for example, today we meditated, yeah? Breathe in and out for a little while. And after a little while, we say, at that moment, it is beyond yes or no, right or wrong, good or bad. So emptiness means that. So emptiness is combined with clarity. Emptiness is combined with the bliss. But empty is generally what we say, there is nothing, no people, no water, nobody, something like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have a question here at GBI.
Tashidele Khenpo.
Thank you.
My question is regarding Kuntu Sampo prayer. I'm adding it to my practice, and last night I was while I was reading it, I was having a hard time connecting to it. If you could please kind of help me kind of figure out what it's about, like what is it good for, and so forth. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Kundu Zambo is Kundu Zambo means excellent all the times. So according to your channel, center channel, inner red part is the Samhita Badar. Samhita Badar and Samhita Bad, what's it called? Female. Yum. Badar, Samhita Badar and Samhita Badar.
Samanta Bhatri.
Badri, yeah. Samhita Badar, thank you. So outer channel, the blue part is Samhita Badara. So that's where you are going to trust that Kundzampo is in your body, because your center channel is there, yeah. So that's and then about the wind, your wind, then the wind, which is very kind of light, very light, not heavy. I mean, opposite of heavy, very light or wisdom kind of wind. That part is the Samhita and but you can't hold the inner winds. Oh, this is like a forms, yeah, part of emptiness. That is Samhita Badari. Then according to your mind, in the bliss part of bliss is Samhita Badari, and the clarity part is Samhita Badara. So that's where Kunduzambo Yab Yom are in your body. Then according to your meditation, so then there are two things. One thing is you can visualize Samhita Badara in front of you clearly. That means you, if you are difficult to visualize, then you open the book and then look at the picture of the Kunduzambo Yabyum or concert, with the concert, and then you bring that in your mind. Your mind should be as a maybe your eyes should be like a camera, and you look very carefully, and then that means you take a picture of Kunduzambo. And after then you start to close your eyes, and then you bring it in your mind, and then just don't do anything, just single pointedly focus there as much as possible, and then it disappears from your mind, and again you can open this picture in front of you, and again you watch the Kunduzambo's picture, and then start to keep visualize in your mind. That you do that frequently, often do that, and then first it remains your mind for 5 seconds, and then it 10 seconds, and then 30 seconds. You can do that, and then 1 minute, then 5 minutes, then half hour, something like that. So this is one thing, but the background I mentioned, that is important. You should remember that Kunduzambo is here. That helps you. It does not help you to see Kunduzambo, but it helps you. That means your belief, trust that Kunduzambo is here. So then these pictures, it helps you to see by your wisdom mind. Okay. And then another one is sometimes you cannot see the form of Kunduzambo. Then don't worry. Real Kunduzambo, I already told you this. You meditate, kind of very peace. You can experience peaceful. That is Kunduzambo's concert. And then this meditation mind is very clear, very kind of fresh. That is Samhita Badara. So that's where if you experience that, then Kunduzambo Yabyum is never separate from your mind. Okay? Thank you.
I have a question from the Zoom group. Does visualization of merging with the deities help with familiarity when in the bardos, i.e., so when the body is dissolving?
Yes, and so actually during the Bardo, we have uh, subtle body because the mind stays in that body. And then if right now you visualize yidams very well, then during the Bardo, you can see these yidams clearly. But in this moment, clearly, it does not mean we see like a tanka or pictures very clearly in our eyes. In the Bardo, then you can see that yidams as kind of real beings. Real, do you understand? Real beings. If I mean, for example, I look at your picture in my phone today, and tomorrow I can see you face to face, for example. So these are different. So right now we are process with the pictures. For example, I'm going to know you well, and right now I looking at your picture often, and then another time I met you. At that time, I can see even your pose or everything very clearly. So that's where right now we are visualizing Yidam deities. If before we die, we cannot accomplish Yidam generation stage completely, purely, still during the Bardo, we can see these Yidams purely, clearly. That means we see as real beings. We will be able to see them as real beings. And then that's why we call them wisdom beings. And if we, in this life you accomplished successfully generation stage, then during the Bardo is same. In Dharmans, in this life you can see Yidams very clearly as a beings, and you can talk, you can work. Really, you can work with Yidams. For example, you can visualize Yidams, and that they appear in. Right now, we visualize in front of in front of us. But if you meditate very well, then it's spiritual. The Yidams appear in your mind. That is very unique. Sometimes, for example, some you visualize some deities, and they appears to you, and if you sometimes then your desire comes. It's very difficult to hold this bliss, maintain with this bliss. Almost you feel you can lost that bliss. Same like if you visualize the dakas and something like that. So that's why if you successfully accomplish generation stage in this life, then this life you can see wisdom beings, and then Pardo same, you can see them, but the form is like a not form like a flash, you know, something like this, like a bones or some. You can see as a light. The Pardo's form is light. In the Pardo, your form, your body is also the form of a light. So for that reasons, Pardo beings, we cannot block the Pardo beings by the doors and the walls. They come across the walls, mountains, and also there are, if you, yeah, so that's why right now we the visualization part is very important. The main thing is if you meditate well, as we did today, the breath, 100% sure you can success everything. You can accomplish successfully everything. Your visualizations and cities, all the experiences, because you can attain Buddhahood or you can become enlightened through this way. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions from the Zoom group in GBI? Okay, I have one. Could Khenpo teach about liberation through seeing the bracelets? Yeah, just maybe one, again, give an explanation of the power of that and the symbolism
Oh,
of our
yes.
bracelets.
Yeah, this liberation upon sight mantra in Tibetan says Han Basha Barahe Soha. Some has a Om Han Basha Barahe Soha, some does not. It's because Om is sometimes at the head of mantras. Some times use it, some doesn't. So the liberation upon sight is the Buddha. He gained omniscience. Omniscience means right now we have a consciousness. So that's where we can see. We know this is a mountain or this is the river. We know that. And then through our meditation, and then this consciousness becomes pure, clear, and then it becomes wisdom. So then we see means appear. There is a mountain, and then suddenly we say, "Oh, emptiness." We can see emptiness of mountain. We do not see mountain. If we focus a person, we cannot see that person, but we can see that person's true nature. If that is the male, jakas. That is the female, jakinis. So we can see like this way. And then this wisdom progressives, and then it becomes omniscience. So that's where then it knows clearly all the phenomena in the relative forms and ultimate forms, both ways. So then in the relative forms, Buddha's mind is full of compassion and bodhicitta, and Buddha feels we are Buddha's children, lovely children, kids. So then Buddha 24/7 generate compassion towards us. How can I help them? Of course, I cannot lead in the nirvana immediately because they are going to purify their non-virtues. So then Buddha focused ultra interdependence in the relative forms, or there are many kind of ways to remove their obscurations, because their mind is obscured. Their mind obscured by obscurations or another thoughts. So then Buddha found this mantra, and then Buddha found the mantras. Buddha found different mantras. Some mantras are for touching on the body, touching mantra. That it's the touching over channels and the skin and flesh, bones. It purifies the obscurations, pure reduce obscurations of a body. And then Buddha found some mantra like a liberation upon sight, and whoever see this mantra, and then it reduces their obscurations. So that's where then Buddha gave us in the Sanskrit language, because at that time Buddha used Sanskrit language. And then Tibetan translators, they translated that into Tibetan. So that's where we can read Hanubasha Barahe Soha. But this part of mantra, we do not read this part of mantra. We do not accumulate this part of mantra. Because this mantra is liberation upon sight. So that's where we are going to hold wearing this on the clothes or on our desk or something, and then let's see other beings. And then we can benefit them through this way. But they still kept this mantra in Sanskrit. Many mantras they put in Tibetan alphabet, consonants. But some mantra they kept in Sanskrit, because that means we do not read this, but they are going to see that. That's where Buddha already mentioned this language. That's where it is very blissful. So that's the answer. Okay.
Thank you. We have a hand up, triple heart. There's no
Yes.
name. So if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Yes. He was talking about being able to visualize the yidam, but a lot of these yidams come with, a retinue, and then everyone in the retinue has hand implements. And so it's one thing, say, to visualize, I don't know, I can't think of anyone right, White Tara, but it's another thing. I don't know if she has a retinue, to visualize a retinue, instruments and all that. So I was wondering if he could talk about that. Does that make sense?
I think I understand. If not, you can repeat your question. Thank you. So actually, there is a yidam, and then there are many retinues. That is the main thing is retinues aren't different than the main yidam deity. But in the relative truth, we have this is the main yidam deity, this is retinues, or this is a gatekeeper, something like that. So that's actually in our body, we have one consciousness. We call that as a mind. And then we have 51 mental events or mentalities or mental events. Likewise, in our form, there are different the yidam and retinues, but sometimes there are single yab or yom. For example, Chakasamvara, sometimes we practice with Chakasamvara with the concert Vajra Yogini. Sometimes we practice them separately. So that's where in the reality, there are, whether there are thousands of yidam deities, but they all same. So why do we have many yidams? These are for the sake of practitioners. So that's important to understand. Yeah, for the sake of practitioners, because we always let them practice a single sadhana. Maybe practitioners are quite difficult to maintain on this practice, or some people don't like to practice is a single yidam. And that's why they like to practice with concerts or something. Some like to practice with many retinues and so forth. So my main answer is that, if I understand your question, so my main answer is there are different yidams and retinues that for the sake of practitioners. In the reality, they all same. So all the retinues of yidams appear from main yidam, as all the mentalities or mental events occur from the mind, something like that. Okay.
Not exactly. I was going to say, so when I visualize Zambala and I don't have to visualize the retinues, is that what you're saying? Because it's Zambala, and then the Zambala that I do or I practice, he's got retinues with their hand implements, and he's got the 5 Buddha families on his crown. I think I can't remember everything, but I know he has retinues. And no, he doesn't. He has 4 dakinis, all with their own hand implements.
Yes.
So I don't have to visualize the dakinis and the hand implements.
Yes, you're right. There's in Zambala. I think you got that tanka. So 5 families and 5 dakinis, and then West Zambala. So Zambala has also many kind of retinues. Some aren't exist in the tankas. You are right. Zambala is actually part of the part of the north gatekeeper. This yellow one, north gatekeeper. So then it has many kind of retinues, many retinues. But according to your own tanga, you can think there's Dharma protectors, in this tanga, and another kind of yellow Zambala, black Zambala. They are also, you can visualize as it's retinues. Okay, that's will be okay. For example, Ushinisha. Usually, sometimes Ushinisha is center, and Amitoyo and White Tara are right and left of this Amitoyo. At that moment, Ushinisha is the main deity, and others are the also kind of retinues. But then sometimes Toyo is the center, and then Ushinisha and Taras are right or light side, something like that. So these actually you can practice it exactly as your tanka or what you have. It's totally fine. But still you think about retinues, then this yellow, white, black Zambalas could be his retinues. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have a few minutes. There's a question that came in here through the chat. One more. What are the arranged fields as talked about in the Diamond Sutra? Arranged fields, Fields.
Arranged fields.
As talked about in the Diamond Sutra. There's no other information here.
Diamond Sutra. Diamond Sutra. Diamond Sutra. Diamond Sutra. Diamond is jewels, yeah?
Yeah, is it the Diamond Cutter Sutra? Do you mean? I think that's David.
Diamond Sutra. Sorry,
And arranged fields. Okay, yes, he's saying it's the Diamond Cutter Sutra.
Oh, what are the arranged?
What are the arranged fields?
Fields.
Like a field.
Oh, I see. Arranged. These are actually fields is in Tibet also field as the kind of synonym. Field is also, we can say, the where we plant the crops. Is it in English? Exactly. Tibetan also say xiang. The farmers use that xiang, and then also we say xinggu or xingkam. The xingkam means pure land. Xiang, same language. Xinggu, it means that the second part makes a little different. Xinggu means so this there are thousands of pure land, and thousands of pure land, and then there is the chief, or there is a main Buddha. For example, Shakyamuni Buddha's pure land, Jinre's is pure land, and the medicine Buddha's pure land, or something like that. There are different pure land. That parts we can xing, but then exactly as you said, arranged. Arranged means then, for example, if the center has Amitabha Buddha, and then his right direction there is Amitoyo's pure land. His left direction, for example, south direction from his south side, there is a kind of Avalokiteshvara's pure land. His north direction, there is medicine Buddha's how to say pure land. So there are in one tanka there's then they paint or they draw many pure lines. Sometimes they did not draw pure lines or house or something like temple. So instead of that, they only draw or paint that the main yidam, for example, Amitabha, Tara, or something like that. So arranged means these main yidams directions, south, north, west, east, above, and so forth. Then they make exactly the word they have like that. So through this part we call the arranged. So arranged field means pure land. Then arranged means these yidams are or Buddhas. It mentioned the locations of other Buddhas. But in one pure land, all the Buddhas exist. All the Buddhas pure lands exist there. So that's where we say that. Okay.
Wonderful. That ends our time today.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, all of you, and so wonderful questions. I deeply rejoice your questions benefit a lot. So you should know that your questions are also great mantras. Because it greatly benefits others. When you you benefit others greatly, and you have a great merit, and then it can benefit more for others. And also you listening these questions are also answers has also great merit. And now we are going to dedicate our merit. Please open the page number 28. The bottom of this verse. Chanjo zemjo remboje maje bananje jorje ye boy nyam ba me boya go ne gondo be warjo. May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arising. Where it has arising, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Thank you so much. Rest well. Enjoy your dinner. Okay.
We'll see you next Sunday. We do have our Sunday programming next Sunday, August 25th. We'll see you then. Be well.